It's time for Rebel Sports on MyLocalRadio.com and 98.3 KADQ. Rebel Sports is brought to you by Rocky Mountain Power, Ready, Rich School District, Town of Randolph, Come On In, Westar Printing and Rocky Mountain Sign, T7 Propane, Station on Main, Stacy's Repair, Ellingford Brothers, Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, Bear Lake Realty, Independent Software Solutions, Jimmy John's, Dr. McKay Frankum, Crawford Trough, Woodruff Corner Store, Our Bakery, Mound Valley Cattle Company, and the town of Garden City.
Welcome to all of our listeners out there. We are just getting ready to get the boys' game underway. 9 minutes on the clock. And I'm happy to have my friend Jared Argyle here with me for the call today. Jared, we just saw a good one finish between Wayne and Whitehorse. And looks like the girls are going to be playing Wayne tomorrow.
Yeah, it was a great game. What a shift in momentum. Whitehorse had a pretty big lead, and Wayne came back and really made a game of it and took control in the fourth quarter. Should be a great game tomorrow when the girls match up.
Is there a better crowd that comes to these tournaments than the Whitehorse crowd?
No. That was what was really interesting about the game. That Whitehorse took a pretty big lead, and this place was just absolutely rocking. But said a lot about the Wayne girls to shut the crowd down and focus in and go back and score a couple of buckets there and take that momentum back. But this place was absolutely jumping.
Well, Jared, being the number one seed with the boys, I don't know if we want a exciting game or not coming up, but we may get one. We'll see what happens.
No, it's funny. I was talking with Coach Holmes between the games, and I asked him if he could please do like the girls did today and make sure that we win big and give my poor heart a break. I don't like those close ones. They start to get that heart pumping and the adrenaline pushing. I'm
already stressed out, but it's going to be fun. Piute comes in 15-10. You look at that and you think, well, it sounds like a team that the number one team would be playing second night, but if you look at the latter half of the season, I mean, they went from January 23rd all the way till February 15th and won every one of those games. They came against beating Bryce Valley multiple times, beating Valley, beating Milford, Bryce Valley twice, who upset Milford today. And then they lost to Panguitch in the Region 20 championship game, which is no down at all. I mean, so we got a good team ahead of us right here. We're going to talk more about this matchup right after the break. I have a interview to play. I believe it's with Coach Cole Weston. I interviewed each of the assistant coaches in honor of Daniel. So that will be coming up next. But thank you for tuning in. You're listening to Rebel Basketball online at MyLocalRadio.com and at 98.3 KADQ FM.
We know from experience that in rural America, people really care about three things: their faith, their money, and their high school sports, and not necessarily in that order.
It's a race. Mendez in some space down the left wing. Steps into a shot. Mendez scores! Red Devils on top, 2-0 on the Heritage Auto of Evanston scoreboard.
The 0-2 pitch, swung on and missed. Hello, North Carolina. Cheyenne's coming to visit.
The My Local Radio Sports Network covers high school sports in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming, American Legion Baseball and high school rodeo in Utah, Idaho, and Wyoming. Advertising in the My Local Radio Sports Network is unique for two reasons. One, it's the best way to reach your local audience, and two, it's the most economical way to reach your regional and national audience. Join us today on the My Local Radio Sports Network.
Time for our coach's show, and I am excited to be here with my dad, Coach Holmes. Coach, our standout student interview that I did earlier today was Molly Weston, and after this, I'll be interviewing Cole Weston for the other coach's show. So I've warned people many times there's a ton of nepotism on the radio this year for Rich. So we're just going to keep it going.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, it's been a fun year. But Coach, thanks for taking time to chat with me. As you know, I'm interviewing all of you guys from Coach Cornea's staff and kind of centered around Daniel, and we'll talk a little bit about state. So let's just jump right into it. And what are some things you look back on? You coached Daniel in both football and basketball, and you've done that for multiple years. So just give me a little bit of your thoughts on Daniel and the times that you've had with him.
Yeah, I'd love to. Daniel is a special kid. I feel very honored and privileged to be able to coach him in both football and basketball. I've got so many good memories of him, and maybe I'll just start with football. This year, his senior year, he was our safety, which meant he was our quarterback in the secondary, the back end. And Daniel was a very intelligent kid. He knew where everybody should be in their positions. He would help out on that back end, telling guys where they should be. And it was just very impressive to watch how he moved those kids around and where they should be. And so I was very, very impressed. What a smart football player that he really was. Funny story, this last year, towards the end of the season, Riker Hoffman had been hurt the majority of the year. Last few weeks, Riker was able to practice with us. And Riker was our free safety. Daniel was a strong safety, so those two worked in tandem back there. We were practicing one night. We were on defense. I always stood behind Daniel when we were doing defensive stuff. And anyway, the offense ran a crossing play, and I could see both Daniel and Riker coming right at me. And I thought, uh-oh, this is not going to be good because I am too old and I'm too slow to get out of the way. Well, luckily Daniel saw me and he grabbed me and kind of pulled me out of the way. And after the play said, Coach, I think you should move back a little bit. So he saved me from taking a big hit right there. And that's the way Daniel was. I mean, he always laughed about things. He always had a big smile on his face and just enjoyed life. And I found out from his parents that his favorite sport was football. And he was just always fun to watch. He was our best receiver, and like I say, he was good at that safety spot. So I have a lot of good memories of Daniel and appreciate him there. Basketball, same thing. He was a very smart kid. Coach Cornea had run plays, and Daniel would say, well, I think maybe, Coach, we should do this or do that. Lex would say, yeah, I think we should. He had a really good mind for the game. And again, he was our quarterback on defense, especially when we were in his own defense. He was back there directing traffic and just a smart kid. And like I say, he had a high basketball IQ and a high football IQ. So that's what I'll definitely always remember about Daniel.
Well, thanks, Coach, for bringing up those memories, and he'll be greatly missed. And he leaves behind a great group of friends that are now preparing for state. And, Coach, how have you felt practices have gone this week?
First of all, I'll just say, he is going to leave a big hole for our team. But I've been very, very impressed with our team this week. Tuesday was the first time we got back to practice together after this tragedy. So it had been a few days. And I felt Tuesday we were a little melancholy, but I felt like we had pretty good energy. But as the week went on, Wednesday and Thursday, boy, we had a lot of energy in the gym, especially tonight. The kids really practiced hard, a lot of energy, a lot of effort. So I truly believe these kids are back mentally, and I think deep down inside they really want to go and win a state championship for Daniel. I don't know if this has been mentioned, but his parents said that he had one goal that he set for the first of the year, and that was to win a state championship in basketball. So I think these kids really want to have that happen for Daniel and his family.
We wish the boys the best, and you guys as the coaching staff. It's been such a fun year. Thanks, Coach, for taking time to talk about Daniel and the rest of the boys, and good luck at state, and we'll see you down there.
Okay. Thanks, Bradley. Appreciate it.
Bear Lake Memorial Hospital provides safe, effective, high-quality health care. With many specialty services, Bear Lake Memorial serves patients from prenatal to geriatric. When you need imaging services, including mammograms, CT, and other specialized tests, the MRI suite accommodates patients of all sizes. The large windows provide natural light to help patients have an even better scanning experience. For a complete list of services offered, visit us online at blmhospital.com. Bear Lake Memorial Hospital, the most caring hospital on earth.
We are back. Thanks for tuning into our pregame show. And we are ready to roll here. Rebels taking on Piute. In terms of seeds, which mean nothing, it's number 1 versus number 9. Probably the best 9 seed we've seen in a while here at the tournament. So, Jared, we've been talking. The obvious factor that'll be this game, how does Rich match up with a bigger team with Daniel not being here? When you lose your 6'3 center in basketball and you don't have a 6'3 center to come in instead, it makes a difference. So that's going to be what happens today. Yeah, without a doubt, that's the biggest challenge that we have. And you're right, there's not one solution to it. It's going to be, how do we win by committee? You're going to see a lot of effort from Riker Hoffman. You're going to see Fonsbeck come in, and I won't be surprised if we don't see Grohl bring us some minutes, really just to go in and give us some hustle and some strength in there. But it's definitely going to have to be by committee. Well, just to give our listeners an idea, Piute's top 3 scorers, Blake Dalton, 6'4", Brody Montag, 6'3", and Tavin Jessen, 6'3". So their top 3 scorers are all 6'3" or taller. Our tallest guy is going to be Rich Lundgren at 6'1". But you know what? Still have all the confidence in the world because Rich has never had a shooting team like this. And like you said, let's see which philosophy wins tonight. Yeah, I think that's exactly how this game is going to come down to. It's stylistic, right? We don't want to go in and have a let's go see who can win in the post. We're going to run the floor, we're going to shoot, spread things out, and we're going to see if they can keep up with us. They might be tall, but we've got some shooters, and I'll tell you what, I sure wouldn't want to have to run up and down the floor with Drake Weston. Right, and obviously I've been spending a lot of time with him lately, and I've never seen him so locked in. And I can say the same for each boy that's out there for the Rebels. So, Rich, as usual, starting as usual, meaning since yesterday, starting Drake Weston, Riker Hoffman, who's going to be our jumper, Carter Scott, Carter Hoffman, Rich Lundgren. I'm pretty confident in those names, Jared. And right away, Riker Hoffman wins the tip into the hands of the man that I always have confidence when he's out on the floor, Rich Lundgren. He passes over to Weston on the left wing. Tipped away momentarily. Back to Hoffman up top, over to Ridge Lundgren on the right wing. He's going to dribble things out. Piute in a man defense against the Rebels, as you should be with how good of a shooting team the Rebels are. Right away, Riker Hoffman goes right at their big man, right to the hoop and finishes. Just a great move. He used his skill to get around the size. What a great move. That kind of gave me goosebumps, Jared, because that's been the concern, right? How do we go against these big guys? And Riker just goes right at him, and you see him right now going against Jessen, who's huge. And he has that putback. He misses the first one, gets his own rebound, puts it back up. That's going to be the challenge tonight. Yeah, I think Riker probably gives up a good 80 pounds on that. Carter Scott for 3, misses, goes off hard. And right away, Myers for a 3, no good. And Jessen tries to get the rebound. He passes it back in and out of bounds. Yeah, you can see the size difference, but I tell you, I'm not sure if these guys are in good enough shape to keep up with Rich. It's going to be a back-and-forth game, and if we can run, I think you're going to see some slow boys down in Piute. And I talked to Coach Cornea, and it's kind of just, you know, would we have rather played Monticello? Probably, matchup purposes, but this just gives us such a great look as Ridge Lundgren hits the 3, 5-2. Gives us a great look against a bigger team as we're going to have the next 3 nights. And with Ridge's ability to create, I don't know what Piute can do to even slow that down. Right. So Piute with the ball. Myers has it. He's going to drive in. Great defense by Riker Hoffman. And they get their own rebound off the miss and put back. So once again, Piute with the second chance bucket. 5-4 now. Carter Hoffman on the other end. Yep. Good defense there from Piute, from Dalton, and he tips it away from Carter Hoffman off his knee. Piute ball. So it looks like the Rebels are going to stay in a man defense. And like I say, Riker Hoffman with his hands full with Jessen underneath. Montauk drives to the hole. Great defense from Carter Hoffman to force the turnover as that goes off his knee.
Great help defense as he caught him off guard.
I love Carter Hoffman's defense. It's been that way all year. He's just a hard-nosed player.
Well, the Rebels are so unselfish, and it's not just on the offensive end. On the defensive end, they dig, they move on the screens. They're just all over it.
Weston hands to Hoffman. Hoffman thinks about the three, passes to Lundgren. Lundgren up top. Lundgren head fakes, step back three. Oh, that would have been nice. Goes off long. Carter Hoffman with the rebound. He hands to Scott, over to Hoffman. Riker Hoffman, that is. Hoffman clears some space, passes to Weston. Weston tries to get to the hole. He drives with contact, no good. That's going to go out of bounds on Piute. And so with a, I don't think that touched the rim, did it? They reset the shot clock.
It did not touch the rim, but we'll take it.
Yeah, so 35 on the shot clock with Lundgren to inbound. Gets it to Hoffman. That's Riker Hoffman. He's going to have to kick that back out to Weston on the wing. Weston looks to drive. He's stopped by Myers. Kicks it back off to Hoffman. Hoffman inside to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman thinks about it. He gets it back out. Ridge with the short jumper. No good. Rebound by Jessen going the other way. So obviously there's not going to be a lot of short scores tonight unless it's on a drive. Dalton with the ball. He passes to Meyer on the wing. Myers over to Jessen. Jessen left open up top. They're going to test his three-point range. I like giving him that shot. And
well,
yes, Carter Scott with the rebound, and he gets fouled on that rebound by Dalton.
I think we'll take Jessen to the three-point line all night, not even if it's not his shooting, it's the fact that he's not down there to rebound.
Right, exactly. Great point.
I don't understand Piute running a motion offense instead of going down to their bigs inside.
It's an interesting strategy. Weston with the ball across the half court, passes to Lundgren on the right wing. Lundgren looking to the inside. He'll hit Riker Hoffman on the left wing. Lundgren has it again. He's going to pump fake, drive to the hole, and nice finish for Ridge.
Great left hand.
Ridge has been in some very competitive games, high school and AAU. I'd imagine this game's just another game to him. Another forced miss there. Rebels get the rebound. They're going to run the other way. Weston with the ball. He tries to go to the hole, gets it tipped away from behind by Myers. Good defense there. Piute with the ball again. Dalton backs it back out. He's going to skip it over to Montauk. He has a look from the corner. He pump fakes and goes. Riker Hoffman goes down. No call there. Rebels with the ball after the miss. Get in there, Scott for three. No good. Rebounded by Myers. He has a streaking Montauk who makes it to the hoop. Pulls it to 1. 7-6, favor of the Rebels.
Unfortunately, Carter Scott hung his head and got beat back.
Yep, you got to have a short memory, especially down here at State after a miss. Hoffman with it on the left wing, being guarded by Dalton. He dribbles over and hands to Lundgren. Lundgren dribbles to his left. Step back three. Oh, just rims out. Riker Hoffman almost has the rebound, but it goes out of bounds. I like that shot from Ridge. We'll take it.
Yeah, Ridge obviously can create his own shot, and you can see the concern that his defender has. He's trying to give him a half step and knows he can't give him much.
Right. Well, Jared, into the game, player with the big question mark of how effective he'll be for us. That's Dylan Fonsbeck, and the Rebels move to a 2-3 zone, which we have not seen a lot of this year, but it's almost necessary this weekend with Fonsbeck in the middle.
You know, I talked to Coach Corney. He wanted to take a little time off the shot clock with his zone and said you may see us actually go zone into a man in the middle of a possession here just to slow things down a bit.
Great defense there by Fonsbeck as Dalton gets it underneath. Forces the miss. Rebels the other way. Weston with the rebound. He's going to go all the way to the hole with a finish. Drake with the finish with the left hand gives his side a 3-point lead.
Drake with that constant pressure, always pushing.
Myers is just going to pull for three, big three, and he'll make it. That'll tie it up for the first time tonight at 9. Weston on the other end of the corner. He drives, dishes to Lundgren. Lundgren, he'll drive, step back, gets it back to Weston. Weston for three, it looks good, good. Yes. Weston with the answer, 12-9 now with 2 minutes to go in this first quarter. It's flown by. On the other end, Myers tries to get to Montag in the corner, and it goes through his hands, out of bounds.
Well, on the previous play, you really saw the unselfishness of the Rebels as they moved it inside, outside, moved it around to get themselves a nice wide open shot.
So interesting sub here. Piute's typically best guy, Montag, comes out of the game. Into the game is Eliason, number 20. I don't know much about him. Hopefully the Rebels can take advantage of Montag's absence as Lundgren has the ball.
Well, the one thing I can see from out here is that he's not 6 foot, so we're nice to have a smaller guy in the lineup.
Fonsbeck goes for three, no good. Rebounded by Dalton, heading the other way with Myers. Myers finds Jessen in the corner. Jessen's going to drive to the hole, stopped by Fonsbeck. He hands it off to Dalton.
Great
and
steal.
Lundgren able to tip that away. On the other end, Weston with the ball. Almost goes out of bounds off his knee. Keeps it. Fonsbeck skips to Hoffman. Hoffman drives baseline. Oh, a great move. They're going to call him for the travel.
Well, Jessen was in the way, so I didn't see his feet to argue the call, but the body looked good.
So out. So Jessen and Eliason go out. In for Piute, number 40, Millett, and number 11, Montag back into the game. 1:15 to go here. Rebels up 12-9. Montag gets it inside. They kick it back out to Myers for three. No good. Long rebound for Montag. He gets it right back to Dalton, but no good. Rebounded by Weston. He's heading the other way. 3-on-2. He's going to back it out. Gets it to Lundgren. Lundgren's feeling it. Pump fakes. Drives to the hole. Not able to finish. Piute keeps the ball. Heading the other way, Montag gets it to Dalton in the corner. 44 seconds to go in the quarter. Rebels still up 3. Myers with it up top. Feeds it to Dalton. Dalton, a great pass into Millett. No-look pass underneath. 1 point game now. Weston gets it ahead. He's on the right wing. Passes to Lundgren up top. Rebels are going to play for the last shot. 24 seconds on the clock. 1 point game. Got to imagine we're going to go for a little one-on-one matchup with Ridge here. Yeah,
that's the great thing about Ridge. He's able to create his own shot. I would expect him to break him down for a step back of some sort.
Fonsbeck comes with the pick. We got a mismatch now as
he had him too, Bradley.
Yep. So Ridge being guarded by Millett. Let's go back to that later. But Ridge just lost control of it, went out of bounds. 6 seconds to go. He had an easy drive there. That's all right. We'll go back to that later, I'm sure.
Yeah, I like that design that Coach Cornea drew up. That switch with Fonsbeck's man definitely gave Ridge the.
So Piute's going to have a shot, the last shot. Dalton finds Montag on the right wing. No good. And so that will be it for the first quarter. And it's been a good one. Rebels up 12-11. We're going to go to a break. When we come back, second quarter of action coming up.
Reach a dedicated hometown, regional, and worldwide audience. Dive into the action with My Local Rodeo. Our high school rodeo broadcasts are the heart of the community, drawing families and fans who love to support local businesses. From prime advertising spots to exclusive sponsorships, your businesses can shine in the spotlight. Don't miss out. Contact us today and saddle up for an unbeatable advertising opportunity. My Local Rodeo, where your business becomes part of the excitement.
We are back. Rebel boys up 12-11 against Piute. I don't have the stats in front of me, Jared, but I think typically the first quarter is usually our worst quarter on the season, so I hope it's only uphill from there. But I thought it was a good quarter, with everything being said.
Yeah, I think that we got hurt a little bit to start the game with second chance points, but the guys really dug in and boxed out hard. You didn't see any in the last half of that quarter. So
yeah, I feel like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we need a bigger presence out there. I don't think that played a role. It was mostly, both teams kind of playing a similar style, working inside to outside.
Yep.
So the Rebels will start the second quarter with Weston, Scott, Hoffman, Lundgren and Fonsbeck. For Piute, Montauk, Myers, Millett, Jensen, and a new sub, number 25, Carlos Marr, into the game. Montauk tries to go baseline, stopped by Lundgren. Ball gets loose, but Marr able to keep it alive there. I do like how the officials are letting them play. Been a physical game so far. Oh, yep, exact. I saw that.
Yeah, you could see the frustration on Jessen as he pushed off there. Did not like Fonsbeck bodying him up.
And Dad is not happy, head coach of Piute, as I think he's coming out. But yeah, if you're Fonsbeck, that's a win, right?
Huge
Creating
win.
some frustration.
Put the big guy on the bench.
So we'll see what the Rebels can do here. A little bit better of a lineup size-wise, but like we've said, hasn't really played a role at this point in the game. Fonsbeck has it up top. Step back three for Fonsbeck, no good. Rebounded by Dalton, heading the other way. Myers with the ball. Crosses half court. He's going to try to go all the way. Great defense for the Rebels. No. They're going to say that was off Rich. I don't see how. Jared, did you see a tip?
I didn't see a tip either. In fact, the Rebels were obviously surprised by that call as well.
Obviously no replay in high school, but we'd have the ball there if there was. So Dalton to inbound. Finds Myers inside. He almost loses it. Fight for a rebound here. Good job, Fonsbeck, as he tips it away into the hands of Scott. Up ahead to Weston. Weston does a good job dribbling it back out. Scott to Lundgren. Lundgren for three. Good! Lundgren hits from the corner. He's been huge so far, Jared.
He has, and you can't underestimate the pressure Drake puts on you by sprinting up the floor like that. Opened that whole play up.
Yep, made everyone crash down. Made it for Scott to have an open three, but as always, that extra pass happens, and Ridge is open in the corner.
Yeah, so unselfish.
Rebels up 4, 15-11, 6:36 to go. Dalton working inside against Hoffman. Hoffman a good job. He hands to Jessen. Hoffman's battling with him. Travel. That's Carter Hoffman right there as he gets a hold of the ball and creates a travel.
That was just pure determination on Carter Hoffman's part.
You know,
what hustle.
I love watching Carter. He's just so physical. You know, I can relate to a kid who's only, 5'9", 5'10", but has to use every bit of it, and he's doing it.
He tells me 5'9", 5'10". I'm not sure I buy it, but I tell you what, he plays much bigger.
Lundgren gets the ball. They're having a hard time sticking with him, Jared. Hopefully that's a continual occurrence. They tip it away, and there's Carter Hoffman. That there's a loose ball, and he gets it, and he gets fouled by Dalton.
Tell you what, it looked like a fumble, and you could definitely see Carter. He was determined to get that thing.
He's been there before. So second foul for Dalton. Keep an eye on that. If he gets his third in the first half, because there's a lot of game left in the second, that could be big. Lundgren almost double dribbles there, but gets it to Weston, who passes to Hoffman on the left wing. Hoffman dribbles to his left. He goes through the hole. Dalton almost got his third foul there.
Yeah, I think the officials swallowed their whistle on that one.
They did. So Dalton gets the rebound, gets it ahead to Myers as Fonsbeck and Hoffman were pressuring him. Myers goes to the hole. Give us the charge. We do.
Great job, Ridge. Stood in there and took that charge.
Myers drives to the basket. Ridge takes the charge.
You know, Bradley, Fonsbeck's been able to come in and give us some pretty good minutes here defensively. He got back there and was in that second level there, really helping out.
Waiting for if something were to go up there. Weston crosses half court, passes to Hoffman on the left wing. Hoffman looking, finds Fonsbeck up top. Fonsbeck pump fakes, passes over to Hoffman in the corner. Hoffman back to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck for a three, no good. Yep. Lex isn't happy with that shot attempt, and I don't blame him.
No, I think, you know.
Yep, give it to him, yep.
Great deal.
That's Fonsbeck again. He was pressuring Jessen, and Jessen pushes Fonsbeck away. You know, and now we got Jessen and Drake, John, back and forth.
You know, Bradley, I think that what Lex is getting out of Fonsbeck defensively is fantastic. He's just got to help him understand his role on the offense. There's a reason they're leaving you open. It's not that he can't hit him, but statistically we'd rather have Ridge or Carter Scott.
It's like Jessen taking the three.
Yeah,
takes
it really
away
is.
A rebounder. Okay, so into the game, Riker Hoffman and Jet Holmes Seeing Jet Holmes for the first time here. Another role player that's going to have to play an even bigger role this weekend. Weston crosses half court, hands to Lundgren. Lundgren has it tipped away from behind. That's been a good part of Piute's game, and Riker Hoffman does the same on the other end. He tips it away. Great job for Riker, who now has the ball, hands it to Ridge. Get in for three. Good!
You know, we were talking about know your role. Riker had an opportunity right there to go to the hole, but saw Ridge open on the three and kicked it back to him. That's just really understanding your role, the maturity of a varsity player.
So Ridge offensively just being huge for the Rebels so far. We're going to go to a quick break. Rebels up 18-11 with 4:48 to go in the first half. We'll be back after this.
Listening to the music that you love brings you joy. MyLocalRadio.com brings you that music. Whether you like listening to country's biggest stars, classic pop hits, classic rock, and rock hits, or country's young guns and legendary southern rock, MyLocalRadio.com puts your favorite music at your fingertips. Download the app to your mobile device or log onto the website to bring more joy into your life with your favorite music. MyLocalRadio.com.
We are back. The Rebels, a good push there, capped with Ridge Lundgren's three-pointer there, 18-11. And Coach Jessen not happy with that charge that was called, that offensive foul that was called on his boy. But it's always the second guy, right? Fonsbeck may have grabbed him, but you're always going to get the second guy who pushes him away. Anyone knows that. So into the game, Myers brings it across half court. Gets it inside to Dalton. Dalton on the elbow. Working down Ridge. Ridge going straight up, and they're going to get an and one. That's big for Piute.
You know, that was just a great move on the box. Unfortunately, he's got Ridge by probably a good 30 pounds there and used that weight to kind of bump him off the block.
First foul for Ridge. First team foul for Rich. That's another thing. Piute's got 4 fouls, so if we could get one more, Rich is in the bonus the rest of the half. So, did they update? I think it should be 18-14, right? He made that foul shot?
He did make the free throw.
So it should be 18-14, I believe. Carter Scott drives to the hole and is fouled. So he's going to go to the line to shoot 2, our 92% free throw shooter.
Well, no, don't give him the announcer's curse here, Bradley.
That's true. That's usually Rob's job, but he does it to the other team usually. And that is Dalton's 3rd foul. I didn't realize that's who they called it on.
Even better, so
yep.
2 of the big boys.
That's a big play. Scott's first is up and good. 19-14 now. Har into the game for Dalton. Dalton and Jessen may have to sit the rest of the half as Jessen has 2. You don't want him getting 3. Scott's second is up and good.
He makes it look so effortless.
Yeah, he does. 20-14 now. Favor of the Rebels. Myers crosses half court and passes it to the other Myers. He goes baseline. Great help from Ridge, and that's a travel, right?
It should have been.
They going to call that on Ridge?
Oh, no.
We'll take it. Jet'll offer the foul on that one.
Yeah.
So first foul for Jet Holmes, second team foul for the Rebels. Piute to inbound from underneath. They do get it to an open Montauk for 3. No good. We lucked out there. Weston with the rebound going the other way. Finds Holmes. Holmes, can he finish? He does.
Nice shot.
Cousin to cousin there on the fast break.
Great reverse by Jet, keeping that rim as a protector.
22-14 now. Myers. Drake tries to get the flop, and it throws off the shot for Myers. Holmes gets the rebound. He is fouled there. They're not calling it. Oh, they're definitely getting it. That was not been a foul anywhere.
I'm not sure what they're going to call here. There's a lot of calls they could have made.
They missed 2 fouls there, and then there were fouls down here.
They're giving the call to Riker.
Yep. And Riker had his arm around him, so that was the most noticeable one.
Well, Bradley, this is when they're glad they got me on the headset, so I can't yell like I normally do at officials.
I about did right there. I got to be careful as well. Rebels down 22-14 up 22-14 with 3:33 to go, and you can feel the tension in the gym starting.
See the Rebels go to their 2-3 zone here.
So Myers with it in the corner. He's going to go all the way to hoop. Good defense. That's about all he can do. He finishes. Nice finish. 22-16 now.
He came through the middle there. I think he had his eyes closed when he threw it up.
Yeah. Lundgren drives all the way to the hole. Almost dunks it.
Almost put it down.
Yep, and they're going to get Drake for the foul there. So that'll be the 4th team foul. I believe Drake's first, maybe second.
You know, Ridge has his defender on ice skates. He doesn't know what to do. He doesn't.
Yep. That's got to be our game right now.
It sure is.
So into the game for Piute. Gage Eliason, number 20. I've lost sound.
Piute playing a dangerous game here, bringing Jessen back in with his second foul already. Be nice to get him a third.
Apologize, I lost my sound there for a second. There was a short in the court. But anyway, Lundgren, good defensive stand there by the Rebels. Lundgren now with it on the left wing. Finds Holmes in the corner. Holmes for 3, no good. Rebounded by Hoffman. Hoffman hands to Scott. Scott just with a little floater, no good. He tips it out to Lundgren. Lundgren tries to save it. Piute now running the other way. Drake Weston is there to steal it away from Myers. We've got numbers. He finds Holmes again. Yeah!
Oh!
Just misses it.
Great pass by Drake cross court. Just missed the layup.
24-16 now with 2 minutes to go in the half. Montauk gets it into Jessen. Jessen puts it up.
Jessen traveled, and they didn't catch it.
So Jessen's going to go to line to shoot 2.
Jessen had a little hop there. Would have been great to get that travel.
We're obviously disrupting his moves. I wish Jet could have finished down there. Would have made it a 10-point game. Jessen's going to go to line shoot 2. I believe he's a pretty good free throw shooter. His first is up and no good. There's the jinx that we needed.
I appreciate that one, Bradley. It looks like Lex is going to bring Fonsbeck back to try and put a little weight down there and slow Jessen down.
And that's Riker's third, so.
And I'll tell you what, I wouldn't be sad if Fonsbeck didn't bait Jessen into his third.
Right. It could happen. Well, he may be coming out right here as Millett goes to the line, to the scores table, and yep, he'll come out. That is a foul shot is made. 24-17 now with just under 2 to go. For the Rebels, it's Fonsbeck, Weston, Lundgren, Scott, and Holmes. So four juniors and a senior on the floor right now. So good future being shown for the Rebels. Holmes has it. He's going to feed it into Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck backing down Millett, kicks it back to Holmes.
You know, I like Fonsbeck in the post here with Jessen out.
Drake for 3, no good. Rebounded by Eliason. He hands to Myers. Myers crosses half court. Big possession here for both squads. Yes, Lundgren picks off.
He's going to throw it down. Lays
Good
it up
finish
instead.
for Lundgren. He gets the steal at half court. Easily finishes.
I saw him take a timing step. I thought we might see a dunk there, Bradley.
He just has so much confidence, you know. He was cool as a cucumber on the steal and the finish. Myers dribbles to his left, goes on the inside. Scott was there to defend. Could have been either a block or a charge, but it's a no call. Weston now has it on the other end. Hands to Lundgren. Lundgren back to Weston. Weston looking to get it to Fonsbeck inside. Fonsbeck.
This is where Fons could make a move.
He looks to fire, but passes it back out to Holmes. Holmes dribbles baseline, kicks it back out to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck thinks about it. He's going to skip it to Scott. 10 seconds on the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Ridge for three, no good. Ridge almost gets the rebound, so Piute's going to get the last shot here. 20 seconds to go on the clock. Myers crosses half court, being guarded by Weston. Weston's got to be careful. I think he's got two now. Ball stolen from Lundgren with 9 seconds on the clock, plenty of time. Weston kicks it to Scott for three. Yes! Gets in! Huge
what a
play
great
to finish
momentum
the half.
shot. Great momentum shot to end the half.
Weston drives in, sucks everyone in, finds Scott in the corner, and Scott hits it as time expires to give the Rebels a 10-point lead. Biggest lead of the half comes as time expires. We'll be back after this with our standout student of the week and our first half highlights. We'll be back after this.
The town of Garden City is home to beautiful Bear Lake, where families play together. We welcome you to Garden City and invite you to visit bearlake.org for places to explore and information on upcoming events year-round. The town of Garden City welcomes you as we cheer on the Rich Rebels.
Rich County, Utah is a place where your neighbors are also your friends. A community where traditions matter and every person is important. These community values translate into an excellent school system filled with caring individuals who are committed to each student and their success in the classroom, on the field, and in life. In partnership with the entire community, Rich School District empowers learners to attain excellence through citizenship, wellness, collaborative teamwork, and academic excellence.
I'm very excited to be here with my good buddy Wilkes Weston, and we're going to talk a bunch about wrestling, as Wilkes had a very successful weekend last weekend at state wrestling, and we'll talk a little bit about school and Wilkes' future. But Wilkes, thanks for taking time out of your day to chat with your old football coach once again.
Thanks for having me.
When I say we're going to talk about the weekend, we're not going to talk about the Super Bowl, okay? I know that it's too soon to talk about that. Maybe I'll touch on it a little bit.
Gosh dang it.
But in a good way, because Wilkes has a pretty cool connection with the Kansas City Chiefs, which is way more than anyone else can say from Rich County. So if anyone's giving you a hard time, Wilkes, I still think you have the trump card on the NFL connection. Wilkes, talk about state last week. We were talking about you on the broadcast game because we were keeping everyone updated, and it sounds like you had a really awesome weekend at state. So I just want to jump to your semifinal match because that was the keynote one. I've seen pictures of the celebration. Talk to me about your opponent and how that match went.
Well, I came in ranked third, so right away we knew that I'd have to beat some kids that I probably shouldn't have. And so I met up with McCray Bill from Altamont, my semifinal match, and I knew I'd have to be a hammer and come out with firing. And I was able to toss him during the first round, and I was able to pin him, and it was a really cool experience.
So wait,
and
back it up.
I was real hyped up.
I knew you pinned him. I didn't realize it was in the first round.
Yeah.
So you didn't even waste any time. You were going to just get this over with and teach him a lesson right out of the gate.
Pretty much, yeah. That was the idea, I guess. I wasn't expecting it to go that fast either, but
that's
it
the
happens.
nature of wrestling, right? I mean, you just never know in those 3 rounds when the right move's going to stick at the right time, and it sounds like yours came right out of the gate.
Did.
What did you pin him in, Wilkes?
An over-under, so I just tossed him off of my feet and got him.
Well, super proud of you, Wilkes, and I know the future's very bright for you. Wilkes, you're just an all-around athlete, right? I mean, football, wrestling, play plenty of basketball. Remind me, do you do track in the springtime?
Yeah, I do.
I never know with you Cowboys if you're allowed to do anything but branding and branch work in the spring, so I had to remember. So, Wilkes, talk to me about, obviously, so far so good in your sophomore year. You've got a football state championship under your belt. You took second at state, highlighted by an upset match to an upperclassman in the semifinal match. What is it about sports that you love so much and that just puts a smile on your face as you usually do?
I think just like the ability to be able to compete, and like in football, you're able to hit people, and I know you definitely couldn't do that at home. So I just
now we're talking.
love that aspect of it.
I'm loving that we're talking about football once again. Folks, you and I are very similar. We love that fall sport, don't we?
Yep.
Everything else is either preseason or postseason to football, right?
Pretty
Always
much.
preparing for it, yeah. Well, folks, we're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we'll talk more about how your sophomore year is going and what is in store for the future. We'll be back after this.
When you're hungry for an amazing breakfast, just like Grandma used to make, visit our bakery on Main Street in Randolph. We hand make fresh pastries for you to enjoy. Supporting the Rich Rebels and thanking you for your business, visit our bakery today. Established in 1984, T7 Propane provides you with quick and affordable service. Rely on T7's services to bring warmth and comfort to your home or business. T7 Propane delivers everywhere from the Fort Bridger area throughout Bear Lake Valley. Schedule your delivery today at T7propane.com. T7 Propane for all your propane needs.
We would like to take the time to dedicate this game to the memory of Daniel Smith of the Rich. We are back. This is the halftime show brought to you by the station on Main. The scoreboard shows Rich 29, Piute 19, capped off there with a pretty much last-second shot at the buzzer by Carter Scott. Drake Weston drives to the hole, sucks everyone in, finds his guy in the corner, and Carter Scott doing what he does best, hitting that three. So let's go through this. We'll start on the Piute side with the total points of the first half. Blake Dalton with 3, and he's got 3 fouls. That's something to note. Will Myers with 9, Brody Montag 2, Tavin Jessen with 3, and Abrage Millett with 2. And Jessen, those 3 points, 2 of them were from the foul. Well, they'd all be from the foul line, I suppose, because I think he's gone to the line twice, so probably all from foul shots.
Yeah, I think you're right.
If I
got
remember
that early
right.
offensive rebound and got fouled on that.
Yeah. On the Rich side, Riker Hoffman with 2, Drake Weston with 5, Ridge Lundgren with 15, Carter Scott with 5, Jet Holmes with 2. Rebels shooting at 39%, 11 for 28 from the field, 5 for 16 from 3, which is 31%, and then we've only shot 2 foul shots that first half. We went 2 for 2, and that was Carter Scott early on. And so, Jared, what's your takeaway from the first half, and what do we got to do to close this one out in the second?
Well, I look at the first half and say we're winning the battle of style. It was a very fast-paced half, got up and down the floor, and I think a lot of that is Drake Weston pushing the ball up the floor each and every possession. In fact, there was one break where I noticed he had 2 defenders back, and the coach for Piute was absolutely screaming at his second defender to not fold into the key, but to find Carter Scott.
Yep.
He wanted to make sure he scouted us out really well.
Because that's what happened at the end of the half.
And that's exactly right. What the coach was worried about is exactly what happened at the end of the half. Drake put so much pressure by pushing it up the floor like that, and everybody else runs to their lanes and spots up, and it's pretty tough to stop that.
So once again, the Rebels have a 10-point lead, which means nothing at this point of the game in the game of basketball. It's going to be really come down to this first few possessions. Jared, if the Rebels can go on a 6 to 8 point run to start things, it would make all the difference. And Piute, obviously, on the flip side, if they could make a 4 to 6 point run to start things, they're right back in this comfortably.
Well, I think it's going to be interesting to see how Piute tries to adjust to the Rebels, specifically what are they going to do with Ridge, having 15 in the first half,
Right.
and you could see
that's the storyline from the first half.
They were really struggling what to do with him, and when we brought up the big man to screen, they wanted no part of having that big man switch off onto Ridge. So it'll be interesting to see how they come out and try to guard that.
And that's exactly true. Ridge has really carried his team offensively. And really, if you go down the line, Riker Hoffman, great defense, gotten a lot of rebounds. Let's see where we're at rebound-wise. Yeah, Riker's had 2 defensive and 1 offensive for 3. Drake's had 3 rebounds. Carter Hoffman 3 rebounds. So Carter Hoffman has had some huge plays defensively for his team. And Jared, I'm trying not to get too emotional seeing, I just got to give some backstory here. So the song that the band's currently playing was Daniel Smith's favorite song, and you see Jana Smith over there recording it, and you see Katharina Smith being hugged by her friends over by the band. You can't make this stuff up.
You know, it brings chill in the air here for sure. The hair standing up on my arms as we all mourn with the Smith family, and we miss Daniel tremendously, not just for his basketball skills, but for the person that he really is.
And you know, I've gotten a lot of goosebumps throughout this game, and a lot of it's because I know these boys are playing for him. You know, they're honoring him, and they've been given the task to take the floor in a game like this 5 days after they went to his celebration of life, and it's just something else. I mean, Lex told his team, you know, life's not a Disney movie. You know, if it was, we'd win this state tournament, right? Because of what's happened, because these boys deserve it. Nothing's guaranteed. And so
if life was a Disney movie, we'd still have Daniel with us, but we don't. And the only way we can honor him is to go out and play the Rebel way, which is give it our all.
Yep, and I want to make it clear that win or lose, these boys have played for Daniel. You know, it's not the expectation from us or the coaches that taking state is what we're going to do for Daniel. No, it's coming down here, playing your hearts out, and we've seen a half of that so far, that's for sure. And so the Rebels will start with the ball. Hoffman inbounding to Weston. Here we go. As Weston dribbles to his right, finds the villain of the first half, Ridge, up top, and he passes over to Scott and then to Hoffman. Carter Hoffman now has it up top, picks up his dribble, hands to Scott. Scott finds Ridge in the corner for three. Oh, that would have been really nice, but no good.
You can see they stayed in their man, and they worked that motion offense, and number 10 was just too afraid to go out on Ridge, gave him that open three. It would have been nice to go down, but if he keeps leaving him that open, I guarantee they're going to go down.
Myers has it in the corner, looking to get it into Jessen. Gives to Dalton instead, who hands to Montag. Montag up top. And open Myers for three, no good. But rebounded by Jessen, that's his role.
You know, there was nothing that Carter could do on that. He was pushing with everything he had. Jessen just too heavy for him.
So Jessen with the rebound and put back, bring the score 29-21. Riker Hoffman now has it. He's going to hand to Weston. Weston thinks about it, takes a jab step, picks up, gets it back over to Hoffman. Hoffman drives into the hole, stopped by Jessen. He gets it out to Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman drives, finds an open Riker Hoffman for three, no good. Rebounded by Myers. So not the start the Rebels have wanted. Piute the first to score, and now with the ball back again as Myers dribbling to his right. He was the high point man for Piute. Good defense there as Riker breaks up a pass to Dalton, and that goes out of bounds. Piute ball with 20 seconds to go here on the shot clock. And Dalton's going to be the inbounder just in front of the Piute bench on their end of the floor. He's looking, he's going to hand to Montag. Montag gets it into Jessen. Good move there for Jessen.
Not much you can do when you're Carter Hoffman on that. Jessen's just too big and overpowering.
So Piute's doing exactly what they needed to do, scoring the first 4 points, 29-23, cutting the Rebel lead to 6, down from 10. Hoffman drives in, puts it up, no good. Jessen with the rebound. Myers gets it up the floor quickly, passes to his brother in the corner, then back up to Myers once again.
Piute slowed this game down. They're just taking it inside.
Yep, and they're going to get Riker for his 4th foul. That's exactly what they want to do. So Fonsbeck's going to come to the game. That's Riker's 3rd. I thought that was his 4th. Okay. So now it's Fonsbeck's job to try and slow down Jessen here.
Well, I think Fonsbeck's got enough weight on him that he can hold Jessen out.
So Myers pump fakes, goes to the rim. Drake gets the rebound over Jessen, saves the ball, gets it into Lundgren. Hopefully that'll give us some momentum. Fonsbeck has it, hands to Weston. Weston drives, short jumper, no good. Rebels come out cold offensively as Piute gets the rebound going the other way. Myers has it up top. Passes to Montag to his right. Montauk was held to 2 points the first half.
Good help by Ridge on the steal.
Scott gets it up to Ridge. Yep, that's going to be offensive.
No,
really?
They gave a block. Great call.
So he must have been moving.
He was sliding to his right still. Piute crowd doesn't like it, but we sure love it. So I think that's his third, isn't it? Or is
Who was
it
that
fourth?
on?
That's his fourth.
What a call. What a call. I figured just because of the situation, that being the fourth foul, they would have called a charge there.
Once in a while, we get honest refs.
What's that?
Once in a while, we get some good honest refs.
That's right.
Not afraid to swallow their whistle.
Well, the stigma is usually, the Southern refs, but this is a Southern team we're playing, and we got a 50-50 call going for us there. Fonsbeck with the ball underneath. He passes it out to Lundgren. Lundgren gets it back to him. Weston pump fakes, drives in, hands back to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck for three, no good. Good box out there by Byers, but in the meantime, Scott gets it, pass it to Fonsbeck. Fonsbeck skips over to Lundgren. Lundgren just keeps a hold of it.
Lundgren's got to drive.
And he is fouled. Good job, Ridge. He drives to the hole, gets fouled, and that's on Jessen. It's got to be on Jessen.
Nope.
Nope, they're giving it to Myers. We'll take that too. Piute's going to take a timeout because I'm sure Jessen wants to chat. We'll go to a quick break. Listen to Rebel Basketball online at mylocalradio.com at 98.3 KDQ FM.
Hey, it's Hunter here with Les Schwab. Just want to let you know we have America's Best Tire Warranty. It's now available at all Les Schwab Tire Centers. It includes our no-hassle road hazard protection, free tire maintenance, and a 60-day ride satisfaction guarantee included for free. Come visit us at Les Schwab Tire Centers today at 157 Bear River Drive in Evanston.
We are back. We got a full timeout. It's a 30-second timeout, so we're just coming out of here.
I'll tell you, Coach Jessen has not let the officials rest this entire timeout. Hasn't even gone to the huddle with his team.
And that's what you do, right, in this situation?
He's definitely working those officials. We'll see how the calls go from here.
So Rich has not scored in this quarter. We do have – so they did not call that a shooting foul for Ridge. So that's why I was on number 10. That's why I was on Myers. So Rich to inbound, scoreless in the quarter. Rich has not scored in the first 3.5 minutes. Lundgren inbounds to Hoffman. Hoffman kicks it out to Fonsbeck, who thought about the three. Scott now has it up top. Let's see one from Scott. There it goes, just rims out. Rebounded by Jessen. Myers has it going the other way. This game is slowed right down, which benefits Piute. Montauk with the ball. He goes off the pick and roll. He had Jessen open, and they too late try to get it to him and goes out of bounds.
I'll tell you, you just see the difference in body type there with Fonsbeck being able to cut Jessen off. I mean, he paid for it. You saw him grab his shoulder. He's coming out now with a bit of a stinger on his shoulder, I believe. But
so look at our lineup now, Jared. Small lineup. We've got Holmes, Scott, Hoffman, Lundgren, and Weston.
I don't know how we're going to guard Jessen on the defensive end. Yep. I don't know how they're going to stay with us. Let's keep pushing pace here.
Pass is too late to Hoffman from Holmes. Gets tipped away into the hands of Myers. So, yep, Jared, this is the most vulnerable we've been defensively. They're going to put Carter Hoffman on Jessen. Montauk gets the ball, goes to the hole, and is blocked by Hoffman. Good defense there from Carter.
Great help to slide over and block that shot.
So Montauk, their leading scorer of the year, still 2 points this game. Jessen gets the inbound, passes to Myers.
Look at Carter try to hold him off on the inside.
Myers for three, just rims out. Rebounded there by Eliason, but it'll go off. Luckily, Jet Holmes knocks it away. Goes off the chest of Eliason. I don't know why the crowd's mad. That's the right call. Maybe they wanted a foul on Holmes.
No, Jet just slipped in there from behind, got a little poke, and made him fumble it.
Carter Grohl into the game now for Jet Holmes. So another role player that could make a big difference here gets into the game. Holmes passes to Grohl on the left wing. Grohl over to Lundgren. Lundgren, step back three, no good. So the Rebels still yet to score this half. Piute's only scored 4 times.
Look at Jessen on the block, and Carter just pushing with all that he's got.
Yep, and Ridge is going to be there for the backup help, obviously. Piute working around the wing, trying to get it into Jessen, but Carter's doing a good job keeping him out of the paint. Myers drives to the hole, no good. Great rebound by Ridge. Okay, now let's get a score here.
Let's push it up the floor.
Lundgren gets it ahead. Grohl has it in the corner. Passes to Scott. So obviously no one underneath. You might could put Ridge underneath. I don't know. Scott with it on the left wing. Back to Weston up top. Weston tries to drive. He's stopped. Lundgren for a long three. Good. There it is.
You know, I like keeping that center open because they have to respect Ridge beating his man. So
that was a huge three. We hadn't scored the whole quarter, and we're at 2.5 minutes to go in the quarter. And Ridge gives us a lift, up 9 now, 32-23. And Jessen the younger complaining about Carter Hoffman's defense. We quite like it though. We're gonna go to break. We'll be back after this.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
We are back after the break. Rebels up 32-23 after that Ridge Lundgren 3. He's sitting at 18 points. But we're still being outscored this quarter by Piute. As they have 4, we have 3. So both teams just an offensive struggle. And they're going to put Myers underneath. Drake tried for the flop. He's got to be careful because they are calling intentional flops now this year. And Lundgren thinks about the 3. Step back. He'll kick it back out to Scott. I'd like to see Scott get going this the rest of this game, Jared.
Yeah, I would too. And I'll tell you, I'm really impressed with Carter's defense. He pushed Jessen through the 3-point line and made them go inside with a different man. They gave up on Jessen.
So Drake gets help, gets a screen, kicks it back out. We got an open 3-pointer for Scott. Looks good. Oh, no.
Just short.
It looked good.
It was right on line, just a little short.
Another stat from Rob. Piute's out rebounding the Rebels 8-3 so far this quarter.
It looks like Piute's determined to go back to their point guard inside. Drake trying to get around him.
So they've done that twice now. They've put Myers down there underneath on Drake.
Yeah, they're flashing Jessen out to the wing, evacuating the key, and posting Myers down low.
Minute 28 to go here in the third. Eliason to inbound. He gets to Montag. Montag dribbles to his left. Turns, fires, good. Seven-point game. Rebels up 32-25. Weston has it up top. He's going to try to drive, and he is fouled on the ground.
You really see his speed.
So that is the third team foul for Piute, unless they need to still update it. Third team foul. Second personal foul for Colton Myers. Lundgren to inbound here. Gets it to Grohl, and Grohl's going to get fouled.
They're going to call that on the floor as he was passing.
Yeah, I would think so. Okay, so now there's Rebels just, there's only 1:09 to go in the quarter, but Piute now with 4 team fouls, so just one away from putting Rich in the bonus. Rich stacks things up. Nice. Oh, and the So they're going to call Carter Hoffman with the offensive foul.
No, I missed it. I was watching Scott pop
Carter
out.
Scott got a wide open three, which he made, but they're going to say it was an offensive foul on
Looks like
Hoffman.
Rich is going to change their defense here and put Ridge on Myers.
Yep, that's what I do. Montauk has it on the wing. Gets it out to Myers. Myers for three, just rims out. But rebounded by Colton Myers. He gets it out to Montauk. Montauk for three, no good. Carter Hoffman with the rebound.
Rebels got to keep pushing the ball up the floor.
Ridge for three, and no good. Rebels just up 5 now, 32-27.
Great steal by Drake.
Drake with the steal. We'll see if he makes it, and he gets fouled. He'll go to the line to shoot 2.
Hopefully that's on Jessen.
There's a lot of chippiness going out on there between Hoffman and Myers.
Oh, they don't give it to Jessen. They give it to Myers.
But we have Drake going to the line to shoot 2.
With this 5-point lead, we can definitely use these 2 free throws.
Jessen joking with the refs. I'm good with that for sure.
He's still working those officials. Lex just smiling and trying to be the nice guy.
Jessen's been doing this a long time. He coached at Piute for a while, went up to Duchesne for a while, and back to Piute. Drake's first is up and no good. Drake not getting his usual scoring tally tonight. He's been big as the floor general. Hoffman gets the rebound, put back up. Yes!
What a rebound and put back by Carter over Jessen.
Couldn't have come at a better time. I got to update our score. It's actually 34-27. So Rebels up 7 now. Lundgren playing good defense on Myers. Montauk with it. 15 seconds on the clock. Myers back to Eliason. Eliason gets it up top 2. He traveled.
Jessen
he traveled.
travels.
Yep.
I'll tell you, I'm
Absolutely.
so impressed with Carter Hoffman's defense. He is working his tail off down low, making everything difficult.
I mean, I understand the Piute's mad, but that was an obvious travel. He's been doing it most of the night, actually, when he gets it underneath. Okay, so 7 seconds left. Lundgren gets the ball, gets it to Weston. Weston for 3. Good!
Yes! At the end of the quarter again.
So the Rebels hit, just like you just said, hits a big 3 to put us up 10 again.
You know, Lex always talks about momentum, and there's nothing to add more momentum at the end of a quarter than hitting a big 3.
Yep. So Drake Weston hits a 3 to cap off the third quarter, assisted there by Ridge. Great vision. We'll be back. When we come back, we've got an exciting fourth quarter coming up.
When was the last time you got to stay at a hotel that had an indoor waterfall and a fish pond? Or a hotel with a swimming pool, a baby pool, and 5 hot tubs? At the Come On In Hotel and Suites in Casper, Wyoming, you'll get all of this, plus an amazing complimentary breakfast. You can even reserve a suite with a private jacuzzi for 2. The rates are so affordable that every time you're in Casper, you and the whole family can stay without breaking the bank. The best hotel in Casper is the Come On In and Suites. Make your reservations today and come on in.
Great signage is an important component to any successful business. It lets your customers know they have arrived at your doors, and it's a constant advertisement of who you are. When you install LED signage, you're taking it one step further. The ability to create color messages that move is an attention grabber. Plus, you can change the message whenever you would like. Make your business stand out with an LED sign from Rocky Mountain Sign, providing service, installation, and maintenance on all signage. Rocky Mountain Sign, licensed in Wyoming and Utah. Call today for a quote, 307-789-5202.
We are back in the third quarter. 8-8 was the score between the two teams, bringing it to 37-27, so a low-scoring game overall. Montauk has the ball. He'll get it over to Myers. Myers tries to get inside to Dalton. Tipped away by Riker Hoffman into the hands of Carter Hoffman. Carter Hoffman is not able to finish at the rim amidst contact, and they're going to get Lundgren. They're going to get Lundgren for the foul there. Interesting no call on Carter's layup, but then Ridge gets it. That is only Ridge's second, so we're okay.
Yeah, I'm just glad I was able to keep my composure and not yell into this mic. I thought that was a pretty questionable call there. Ridge snuck back and tipped that one away.
Montag passes it to Myers. Dalton is back in the game, and he gets it over to Myers on the left wing. He shoots for three, no good. Rebounded by Hoffman. Oh, he had Ridge for a second there. He does get to Ridge. Weston now pump fakes, drives to the hole.
Oh.
Give him a travel. So some refs don't like the Euro step. Some will let it happen.
Yeah, I thought it was a clean Euro myself, but they're wearing the stripes, not me tonight.
And they've actually done a good job. I'm sure Piute would disagree, but honestly, they've let the boys play most of the game. And Myers gets it across half court, passes it to Montag. Montag inside to Jessen. Wow, who they calling that on?
15.
So Myers with the offensive foul. They've liked that call tonight on both ends.
Yeah, he was moving. It was definitely there.
So that's his third foul. Doesn't play as big of a role right now with 7 minutes to go here in the game. Lundgren hands to Weston. Weston for three. That'd be nice. Oh, it looked good, didn't it?
Another one of those straight on target, just a little short.
A scrum for the rebound between Scott and Jessen. What are they? It's got to be a jump.
They're calling a jump on that, but I'll tell you what, Scott risked his life. He fell underneath Jessen.
Yep. I've told Scott before, hey, I know that I know you didn't play football, but you don't lack any physicality.
No, he definitely got on the floor there. And I'll bet. What do you think Jessen goes at? 270?
Yeah, he's big. Big and tall.
Yeah, he's a big man.
Lundgren to inbound after the jump ball. Scott with the ball up top, passes to Weston. Another three would be nice to extend this to 13 at this point in the game. Lundgren for three, no good. Rebounded by Piute, heading the other way.
Here's Piute slowing the game down again, walking the ball up the floor.
But the clock is their enemy now, down 10. We'll see if they try to speed things up. Dalton with it at the elbow, being guarded by Hoffman, who's got three. He turns and fires, and they're going to give it to him.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think that was a good call.
Yep.
He definitely spun to the inside and got Riker on his back.
But they're going to call that on Carter. Just his second, so Riker's all right then.
I think we got away with one there.
Yep.
I thought that was Carter from behind.
So Dalton's going to go to line to shoot two. His first is up and no good. So Eliason comes out, Colton Myers back into the game. So we're back to the original starters on both sides to finish this one out. Dalton misses a second. That's big.
I don't know if you saw that rebound. Carter didn't even turn his back to Jessen, just chest to chest, pushed and still got moved inside.
Love it. Lundgren with it up top again. The clock is on our side here. Scott has it on the right wing. Dribbles to his left. Finds Hoffman, Riker Hoffman, who hands to Weston. Weston going to drive in and kicks it back out. Then to Scott. Scott for three. It looks good. Nope, just rims out. Hoffman and Dalton fight for the rebound. They got to get back, which they do. Myers skips it over to Montag. Montag drives in, no good. Great box out and rebound there between Hoffman's and Lundgren. Lundgren gets it ahead to Carter. And Coach Corney's going to take a timeout.
I think he's going to tell him, let's slow down, take some time off the clock here.
Yep, I like that timeout. He's got plenty to use. Go to a quick break. We'll be back after this. Rebels are up 10 with 5:43 to go in the game. Back after this.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
We're back. Jared and I just talking about how we have not calmed down this whole game.
No, I'll tell you.
I didn't get this nervous for my own games. What is this?
I don't understand it either. I think I'd rather be playing than watching. This is definitely stressing me out. I don't know if my heart can take a couple more nights of this.
Both Rich and Piute boys are having way more fun than we are. I told you before the game, sometimes I'm jealous of our Rich County citizens who are at home that don't even know a game's going on. Their life's at peace right now. Hoffman gets the inbound. Nice move and finish.
Oh, a great spin on the block.
Biggest lead of the game, 39-27 now. That was big. Good draw up there in the huddle for Coach Cornea. Myers dribbles to his left, finds Montauk.
Running an elevator.
No good. They want an offensive foul on that double screen that Carter blew through, but no call. Scott finds Hoffman. Hoffman keeps a hold of it, looking for help. He gets it in Lundgren up top. We got 23 seconds on the shot clock.
Yeah. Let's milk some more time here and let Ridge go into town.
Drake's going to drive to the hole. No good. Drake's game of driving to the hole, it's hard with these big guys that are here. He's gone against bigger guys, but the thickness, it makes it harder.
Yeah, you can't bump these big guys off the block. Sometimes you can drive and get a hip into them, I noticed, but not these boys.
Myers for three, no good. But that's been the story of these boys this season, Jared, as you know. There's always someone who's going to step up. Offensively tonight, it's been Ridge and Scott for three. That is good. Could that be a dagger? Is it too
You know
early?
what? That was another example of unselfishness as Drake had a shot and still passed it, that extra pass to get Scott the wide open three.
And that gives the Rebels a 15-point lead. Montauk trying to match it, no good. Jared, that may be what puts the nail in the coffin. Scott, I thought he was going to pull up again.
I did too,
I'd
but
been
wise.
fine with that. Riker kicks it back out to Weston.
Wise to take a little time off the clock here.
Weston drives to the hole.
Oh, that should have been a foul. Unbelievable.
Who are they saying they went off on?
They're saying it went off on us, but I just think that they swallowed the whistle and didn't want to give the fifth to number 2.
Yeah. Dalton. So 4 minutes to go here. I am shocked that they gave that ball to Piute. And Coach Jessen's going to take a timeout.
It's getting chippy out here.
Yep. Carter Hoffman's not going to back down to anyone.
No, he's not.
We're going to go to a quick break. When we come back, we've got 3:54 to go here in this game. Rebels up 15. We'll be back after this.
Ready has provided safety and excellence in industrial construction and support services since 1982. From insulation and scaffolding to paintings and coatings, our crews are standing by to assist with new construction, maintenance projects, facility shutdowns, and more. Contact us today to ensure your assets are protected and functional. Interested in joining our team? Visit ReadyUSA.com. We are ready.
Jared, we were just talking. We've played well. We had a slow third quarter, as did Piute. Can we do this the next 2 nights? What do you think?
Well, I think if we can keep that defensive effort up, and if young men can continue to step up and play beyond their ability even, that we're okay. I mean, the defense is what got us through that third quarter. Yeah, we didn't score like we normally do, but we did hold them to 8 as well.
Well, and I just look at Carter Hoffman, how hard he's been playing defensively.
Been unbelievable this second half. Look at him half front Jessen there.
Yep. 3 is no good. Riker Hoffman fouls Jessen on the putback. Again, Jessen pushed off Carter, got the rebound, and then got fouled by Riker.
Unfortunately, there was nothing Carter could do on that. He got stuck on Jessen's backside, and 160 versus 270, 280. There's not much you can do.
Jessen's foul shot is up, no good. Rebounded by Myers. He gets a putback. If you're Rich, you got to close this one out.
Coach Jessen takes a timeout here.
Yep, I'd regroup too. We'll stay right here. So, what was that?
4-point swing right there.
4 quick points for Piute. You can't give up that rebound on that foul shot to Myers. We just can't have that. 3:44 to go. Piute cuts it to 11. Plenty of time left. So if you're the Rebels, you got to keep scoring, obviously, and just do your job on defense that you've been doing. The shots haven't been falling for Piute, but that's not to say they're going to, they can't start to fall here soon.
No, it's a little tricky for the Rebels here, as you do want to take some time off the clock, but the tempo has been what's been best for you stylistically, as it gets you a lot of open shots and that extra pass. So we'll see what Coach Corney elects to do here.
Piute only has one timeout remaining.
Looks like Piute may try to trap here.
Yep, that's what I do. Weston inbounds. He gets it into Scott. So Rebels easily break the half-court press between Weston, Lundgren, and Scott. Lundgren now with the ball. He passes to Weston up top. Back to Lundgren. Lundgren passes it over to Weston. To Scott and then to Lundgren. Lundgren pump fakes, turns, gives it to Weston. Weston thinks about it. He kicks it out to Hoffman. Hoffman dribbles in, gets it back to Weston in the corner. Weston drives baseline, finds Ridge in the corner. Just rims out.
In and out.
That was great ball movement.
Great movement. Earned some time off the clock.
Myers with the rebound, taking the other way. We got 3 minutes to go here. 11-point game. Myers driving to the hole, finishes.
Too easy.
Grohl gets it in the corner. He's getting trapped, and they're going to get a foul on Montauk.
Oh, they may be giving this to
Dalton.
I don't know. Dalton looks pretty upset about it. We'll see.
That would be his 5th.
Oh.
So they're giving it to Montauk. Goodness, I've been pronouncing his name wrong all game based on PA. Montague, not Montauk. That does sound better. Hoffman has it. He is getting trapped, but they get out of it. Weston now with the ball, passes over to Lundgren. Lundgren gets trapped in the corner, gets it to Grohl. Yep, and the timeout by Coach Cornea.
Yeah, Grohl was trapped there in the corner, had to use that timeout and keep a possession here.
So 2:36 to go. Piute's cut it to 9, and that's my fault. I said that 3 was a dagger to put us up 15, but Piute not going away quietly, but there's 2:36 to go here. Rebels have the ball.
Yeah, you could see the guards for the Rebels pretty relaxed in that trap. Just got one of our.
We got to avoid the corner though.
We do.
Especially poor Grohl coming off cold off the bench. She's in the corner getting trapped. Yep. We got to do all we can just to keep it up top.
We'll see who the Rebels come back.
I'm kind of surprised that. I'm surprised that Piute hasn't started fouling, because they've still got 3 fouls to give to get into the bonus. I would have fouled at some point there in that trap to at least get you closer to when you're going to have to try to get Rich to the line.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised that Jet's not in.
Yeah.
A goal on this one.
Well, I know Jet messed up at some point. Coach Corey wasn't very happy with him. So a learning moment there. Ridge gets it across half court, passes it to Scott on the wing, to Grohl and then to Ridge. Ridge to Hoffman. Tipped away, and they're going to get a foul.
That might be the 5th right there.
Yep, that is. If you're Piute, you're okay fouling there. You don't want it to be Dalton that fouls, so Blake Dalton's going to have to come out. Dalton, definitely a big name in Piute. They've had some great Dalton's play, whether it's his siblings or cousins. They've had some good ones in the past, and he's going to head out with 5 fouls.
I think his foul trouble just kept him from getting in any kind of rhythm tonight.
Yep. If you're the ref in that situation, you're kind of looking for any type of foul, because maybe that's what Piute's been told to do, is to foul. So
looks like Jessen's going to milk the clock here and use every second. The ref finally came over and said start the timer.
So Mallett's going to come in.
Looks like we got Fonsbeck in for the Rebels.
Piute needs to play some 8-man football. They got some size underneath. Holy cow.
Yeah, they
Mallett's
do.
A big kid too. Lundgren inbounds to Weston. Crossed half court. Lundgren gets it ahead to Scott. Scott skips it back to Ridge. Ridge inside to Fonsbeck and then to Hoffman in the corner. Ridge gets it back to Hoffman. Hoffman finds Weston. Weston drives to the hole. He's going to put one up. No good. He's been off tonight, I know. Probably some frustration there.
Burned some clock and got a good-looking shot. Just didn't go down for us.
Myers now with the ball. Myers with the ball. Long two. No good. I think he traveled there, and it kind of took him off his game and put up a short shot.
And I'll tell you, the Rebels did a good job switching over on that and getting a hand in his face as well.
Weston skips it over to Lundgren. Lundgren over to Weston. And going back to Drake not being able to score like he usually does, he's done a great job as the floor general, sucking things in and finding the open man on the wings as well.
Most definitely.
And I say that because I'm his biased uncle. So Ridge for three, good.
Ridge gets it again.
21 points for Ridge by my count.
You know, uncle or not, Drake puts so much pressure on the defense with that speed and that constant pressure.
Ridge, such a solid game tonight. His 21st point there on that three. Myers drives into the hole.
Looks like
and
a
they're
walk
going
to
give him a travel.
me.
Yep. You
Great
can Euro, but you
Ridge.
got to put it up right away. And he kept tossing and turning.
Well, I think Ridge standing there with that long arm made him think twice.
And that's another thing. We talk about Ridge's 21 points. Defensively, he's been awesome.
Yeah.
They all have been, honestly, keeping Piute to 33.
I feel like the Rebels have all played their roles extremely well. Great defensively, picked their spots, made the extra pass offensively to get good open shots.
Jared, we still have to talk about that. Yesterday was their first game in 20 days. So second game in 21 days for the Rebels here. Playing awesome with those circumstances. That's a long time to go without playing competitive basketball.
Yeah, I didn't get to see the boys' game yesterday as at the girls' game, but I'll tell you what, they've looked pretty sharp tonight.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday you could tell they hadn't played in a while. It was a slow start against Altamont. It took about half a quarter to get rolling, and they're looking more and more like their normal selves so far. Well,
that fast break in the first half was just awesome and really got them rolling. I think that's what really set the tone. I got a little concerned in the third when we slowed down, and we saw it. We only scored 8 points.
And luckily, that's also what Piute scored in that quarter. So, I mean, you can see the body language of Piute. I think they've come to the conclusion of the outcome. If you're the Rebels, you just got to keep it clean. Don't do anything. Don't do anything dumb to cause an injury to you or anyone else, and
keep burning time.
Just burn the clock. Yep, 35 seconds on the shot clock, 1:12 on the game clock. The Rebels have done well with this this pass around to burn some time, right?
They're just so relaxed. They don't get rattled at all.
Holmes is back in the game, and he has the ball and passes it to Scott, then over to Lundgren, and they're going to foul Lundgren.
Well, the student section's pretty confident. They've begun chanting, "I believe that we have won," and
as they should.
You can see Piute's now fouling to try and play the clock game.
So again, Jared, I think they waited too long to start fouling. They still have another foul to give till Rich goes to the line.
And if you're Rich, you've got some great free throw shooters to keep in their hands.
Yeah, between
I'm surprised they're not fouling.
Yep. Like I say, I think
Rich is moving the ball quickly. Now they finally decided.
Yep, so Rich is going to go to the line. Rich up 12 with 44 seconds on the clock. They're going to give that foul to Myers, to Will Myers.
You know, so many opportunities to foul so many people. Why wait and foul Ridge?
Right.
Not that there's a great choice out on that floor right now.
I'm surprised the blonde-haired Jet didn't get get fouled when he had it. Fresh meat out there, and they didn't take it.
I'll tell you what, though, I remember Jet when Ridge got
the Piute game
hurt in the Piute game, and Tavione, and Jet stood right up, and he demanded to get in the game to shoot those free throws and hit both of them.
And Ridge hits both of those. Rebels now up 14, 47-33. Does your chest hurt? Mine hurts a little bit.
I think it's the heart attack I've been having over here.
So Myers is going to put up a three that is no good. I'm trying to think of how many. We'll get it from our stat guy. We have a stat guy next to us. It's been good to get us some updates. Piute with not very many threes tonight, just a couple from what I remember, if that.
No, and I'll tell you what I'm more impressed by is that Carter's pretty much guarded Jess in the second half, and he's either got 2 or 4 in the whole half.
Right. He had the 4, the back-to-backs right off the bat, and he's going to get fouled by Hoffman right there. And so he'll go to line to shoot 2. But, yeah, I mean, handled it really well. So the next game, for those interested, which you should be, a very familiar foe in Tabiona playing Valley. It's going to be a good game. We're going to play the winner of that game. It just gets harder, Jared. If we are to play Tabiona, their big man is much better than what we've seen tonight in terms of big men. So it's going to take a different strategy, and I've got all the faith in the world in Coach Corney that he'll have that.
Yeah.
As Justin makes both those.
One thing about Tabiona, we've played them enough times, they know us and we know them.
Absolutely.
But we definitely would.
Neither team will be overlooked. That's
no,
for sure.
But you're probably going to face the best big man in this tournament.
Yeah. All the credit in the world to Gavin Rhodes. That's who we're going to have to plan for, along with Bryson Fabrizio. But heck of a game to these Rebels as we're just going to dribble this thing out. And for the second straight year, Rich takes down Piute. And you see the sorrow of defeat on Piute's face. I've been there. It sucks. But Piute did it to me my senior year, so not as much sympathy. And that's just me being, cynical. So
no, Piute came out and gave it their effort, but I think, again, the Rebels came out and ran the floor well and played their game. They didn't get the game dictated to them. They determined what they were going to do.
Yep. You look at Jessen shaking everyone's hand. You can tell he is just a very nice kid,
Yep.
Just probably the most popular kid in school.
Wouldn't you like him to make a hole for your running back?
Oh, man, I'm saying. Missed opportunity. He's a senior. So, anyway, we're going to jump right into our post-game show. Well, we'll go to a commercial to give Jimmy Johns their shout-out. When we come back, the Jimmy Johns Freaky Fast Recap, followed by the play of the game and the player of the game.
WattSmart is Rocky Mountain Power's energy efficiency program. WattSmart provides rebates to residential customers for energy efficiency upgrades made around the home. Devices and appliances that use electricity in your home can usually be made more efficient, and that can save you money and energy. When you decide to make upgrades, we have rebates available for you. Visit wattsmarthomes.com today.
Fast, fresh, delicious. 3 words that describe your experience every time you enjoy a delicious meal with Jimmy John's. Utilizing the freshest ingredients, home-baked bread, and professional sandwich building skills, the team at Jimmy John's always delivers a mouth-watering sandwich to satisfy any hunger. Jimmy John's. Freaky fast, freaky fresh. Visit any of our locations today in Evanston, Rock Springs, Sheridan, and Gillette.
Dealing with computer problems can be frustrating and make you wish for your own personal IT guy. Now, everyone can afford an IT guy. Independent Software Solutions has served customers in Wyoming and Utah for over 20 years. We develop software, handle system and network administration, repair personal and business computers, and sell accessories. Independent Software Solutions is your one-stop computer business solution. Call today, 307-789-1978. Let Independent Software Solutions be your IT guy.
Established in 1872, Woodruff, Utah has a long history of good neighbors helping each other succeed. Woodruff was built with hard work, integrity, and a sense of community that can be felt every time you visit. We have always celebrated all students in academics and extracurricular activities, and we cheer on our rich rebels. Woodruff, Utah, a great place to live.
We are back here for the Jimmy John's Freaky Fast Recap, part of the Independent Software Solutions post-game show. We'll go through it. So on the Piute side, scoring total, Blake Dalton with 3, Will Myers 13, Brody Montague with 6, and Tavin Jessen with 11, and Brage Millett with 2. We were just talking about Carter Hoffman. Great job keeping Jessen to just 11.
Yeah, 11, and 3 of those from the line, and I would say at least 4 of those were scored before Carter started guarding him. What a heck of a job he did in that second half.
Because I watched Jessen score 15 on, was it Panguitch? And they've got big, tall guys. I mean, we're talking Jessen that's 6'4", 6'3", 260.
I think 260 might be light. I don't know if I'd want to.
Carter Hoffman's 5'10", 160, so hats off to him. As far as the total points for Rich, Riker Hoffman with 2, Drake Weston 8, Rich Lundgren 23, Carter Carter Hoffman 4, Carter Scott 8, Jet Holmes 2. So, Coach, precision play of the game brought to you by D. McKay Frankham. Jared, we talked about the 2 buzzer beaters by Carter Scott at the end of the half. He went for 3, and Drake Weston from the left wing at the end of the third. Both of those shots put us up 10 at the end of both of those quarters.
Yeah, and they just brought so much momentum with the team.
Oh, it's huge. I mean, we were excited. Can't imagine how the boys were. That brings us to our Crawford Trough player of the game. Jared, what do you have for us?
Oh, I don't think there's any question on this one. Ridge definitely did what he does, which is lead out.
It was just a 23 points in a game where we're still getting our feet under us for not playing for 20 days, and just a great showing there.
And it wasn't just his shooting. He was able to break down the defense really well and get other people some pretty open looks. And defensively, when they started going inside, you saw him switch out and stop number 10 as well.
And again, if we had a defensive player of the game, which we probably should, that's absolutely Carter Hoffman.
Oh, it's got to be Carter. With that second half defense was incredible.
I mean, and he was just there to help, tip things away when it didn't involve Jessen, so just super proud of him. Thank you for tuning in. So tomorrow, let me look up times. The girls will play Wayne at, I believe, 4 o'clock. And let me get our bracket pulled up. I want to say we're at 7.
I believe we're at 7 again, and we'll play the winner of this game here. It's Valley and Tabiona warm up.
So what do you see out there, Jared, as you're seeing both teams warm
Well,
up?
I've seen Tabiona a lot, so we know what they've got. They've got the Fabrizio kid as a top-notch guard, and I'll tell you, Rhodes is he might be the toughest big man that's in this tournament. Watching Valley, they don't seem to have the size, but I haven't seen them play really.
So they've got this kid right here. He's got his jacket on 00. I believe his last name is Cox, which is a big name down in Valley. He's a great player. It'll be fun to watch him and Rhodes go at it. But anyway, boys will play at 7, playing the winner of Tabiona and Valley, and I assume it'll be a classic. So Rebels win 47-35.